before we get on with the rest of the show, there's a lot of shows still coming up. I'd like to make kind of a public service reminder. Be good to the tiny friends, pets of the world, and they'll be good to you. It's just a thought that I'd like to share.
Okay. I think that's a nice thought.
Yes,
I think it's a very nice thought. There's millions of pet lovers everywhere, and I'm sure they appreciate it.
That's
right. But since when do you get into this caring about pets anyway? You don't have a pet.
It's a public service announcement.
I know it.
I think it's a good idea to say, hey, take care of the tiny friends of the world, the pets of the world.
That's not the point. Why would you even care? You don't have a pet. I mean, you're not even into pets. I mean, I can see you.
Pet.
What do you have? You have a dog?
No.
You get a cat?
What do
you have?
I have a pet.
You have a bird? I know what you have. You have a chicken.
I used to have a chicken, but that's not my pet. I have.
What do you have?
Why don't you ask me if I have a snake, a pet snake?
I think that's. Do you have a pet snake?
No.
Well, what do you have? Are you embarrassed to tell anybody what you have? If you have a pet, Tommy, be proud of your pet. People all over the world are proud of their pets. If you got one, you tell everybody. I'm interested. What do you have?
I do have a pet. I have a pet cloud, and that's the reason I didn't want to mention it. Yeah,
C-L-O-U-D.
You heard me incorrectly the first time.
That's right.
It's a cloud. It's a pet cloud,
right.
and his name is Bob. And he just happened to follow me home from the beach one day. Put his little wet nose against the window pane. I couldn't resist it. He's a really good pet. I know you think it's probably...
You know how silly? That sounds silly.
I know you're going to...
It sounds awful silly, Tommy, but I'll go along with you for a minute. I'll pretend that you do have a cloud, and his name is Bob. I'll pretend
That's right. His name is Bob. And
I'll assume... No, you don't have it, but I'll just pretend you have it.
Why don't you just assume that I have it?
Okay, I'll assume you have a pet cloud named Bob, and you call him him. And I wonder, why do you refer to your cloud as him? I mean, how do you know... How do you know he's a male?
How do I know whether
their cloud's a male?
Just turn him over.
You know, you're making a fool out of yourself. Clouds are, I'm going to be tough with you, they're inanimate. You know what that means? They don't have any life, Tommy. They're water vapor. They're bundles of water vapor, and they have no sex. There can't be any male or female clouds.
Is that right?
That's right.
Then where do little clouds come from?
Look, Tom, if you want to come out here and talk about pets, I'm all for that. You started off just fine. Now it's deteriorating.
Do you have a pet?
A lot of people have pets. They love pets. They have dogs, cats. I have pets. I love them. Now, if you want to talk,
what kind of pet do you have?
I have a dog. Okay. Now, but nobody's going to believe.
What kind of dog do you have?
I have a Siberian Husky, and nobody's going to believe.
What's your dog's name?
Lotus.
Lotus.
Her name is Lotus.
Huh?
Yes.
My cloud's name is Bob.
Tommy, nobody's going to believe you have a pet cloud.
Doesn't matter.
You can't have a pet bunch of moisture. You have a pet group of air molecules? What is this?
I hope the Bob doesn't hear you. My cloud is very sensitive. I know that people say, hey, that's ludicrous, and I don't believe that. How could you believe a thing like a person having a cloud as a pet? So I mean, today there's a lot of ludicrous things being said and they're being believed. I have a cloud, Dickie. The cloud is very sensitive. His name is Bob. He's quiet. He doesn't chase cars.
Doesn't chase cars. That's good.
Not very often. He doesn't. He never sheds on the furniture. That's good.
That's really convenient.
Yeah. He never needs shots. One time he got a shot. He caught some and cleared it right up.
Okay, now that's enough time.
I checked him out. I said, are you okay? Yep, he is. He's smart.
He's smart?
He's smart.
I think he has a smart cloud, huh?
Yeah.
What can he do?
Tricks.
Tricks? Like what? What kind of tricks can a cloud do?
He can roll over and play dead. Sometimes he just rolls over and doesn't play dead at all. He can sleep on the ceiling. I bet your dog can't do that.
No.
What's your dog's name? Lotus?
Lotus. Lotus is my dog. I think it's enough of this foolish, ridiculous talk.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nonsense, and it shouldn't go any further. Now,
doesn't matter.
I think you and your pet cloud, Bob, should just leave because the discussion is finished. We'll go on with the show and probably try to forget that this ever happened. Okay? Did you hear me? It's finished. No more talk about clouds. Dumb, stupid clouds named Bob. I mean, that is really ludicrous.
Okay, then I just after the show, I'm gonna just Bob and I'm gonna go over to, after the taping's over, we're gonna go over to your house, and I'm gonna have Bob rain on your dog.